There's Shadi. Glad to see you there. Tonight on Royals the Beard, we're reviewing Caper. Europe. Caper Europe is a card drafting tug of war for 2 players. The game takes place over 6 rounds. Players will be drafting thieves and gear cards. On rounds 1, 3, and 5, players will be drafting these white thieves cards. They'll be playing those cards in one of the 3 locations. When a player plays the card, oftentimes it will move this caper token towards them. The goal is that the game you want to have the most victory points, and you can get a lot of points if this caper token is closer to you than your opponent. And in that case, you will score the different values and win conditions on each of the locations. And don't worry, this game comes with a ton of different locations to provide extra variety from game to game. Many of the thieves also provide the players with money, because in rounds 2, 4, and 6, the players will be drafting gear to give their thieves. I can play these helping hands here on this thief, pay a coin, and then I can take this goods. And at the end of the game, you'll get points for collecting different sets of stolen goods. I know this all seems a little bit much, but there is a handy dandy turn tracker here that takes all the guesswork out of it. Not only does it show how many cards each player gets and of what color, it also points in the direction of the first player, removing any maintenance of keeping track of cards or whose turn it is. So that's really it. 3 different locations, draft thieves, put them in the locations, move the caper token towards you, then later give those thieves awesome gear. So that is Caper Europe. This game is really good. It is a very solid 2-player offering. It's up there with the Watergates or Seven Wonders Duel. I would stand it up against any of those games. It definitely holds its weight. It's easy to teach. It only takes about 20 minutes to play. Turns go really quick. And the drafting with only 2 players works way better than you think it would. And there's that tug of war mechanism, moving that tracker back and forth, trying to get the caper token to be closer to you to win that location with the points. And then sometimes there's extra win conditions or point conditions on those that, might give you a point for every purple card that you have at that location. So maybe you see your opponent across the table is like really stacking purple cards on that location. You think, maybe you need to stop them. Maybe you need to make that a priority to take that location, or maybe you should just work on the other 2 locations. That's what's nice about it, is that there's 3 locations, an odd number, so it, kind of mixes things up a little bit. Speaking of mixing things up and locations, the game comes with little extra decks of 4 different locations that you mix in with the base deck, giving you a variety in specific additional location cards, additional thief cards, and additional gear cards. So there's kind of like 4 settings or 4 different decks that you can play with. That adds a lot of depth and variety to the gameplay. It's easy to teach. It only takes about 20 minutes to play. The turns are really quick and snappy. And speaking of turns, that turn tracker is just so handy. It just makes the game flow so smooth as butter. And there's a lot of art and variety on the cards too. I really, really dig the aesthetic that they're going with. It's just a fun, neat, kind of tossed back old, I don't know, kind of comic book spy mystery novel look. It's really interesting. There's not many games out there that I can think of that have this aesthetic to them, and I really like it. So between the added variety and replay value of the 4 different decks that it gives you, and all the different strategy, do you go for the different locations, or do you just try to collect the stolen goods because you can get a lot of points that way? The game is just really good. It's a fantastic game. It's definitely staying in the Beards collection. I highly recommend this one, especially if you want to just pull out a quick 20-minute game to play at lunch, or maybe you're waiting for more people to show up at game night. It's definitely worth the money. The production value is superb. The tokens are a nice thick cardboard. The cards shuffle well. They got that nice linen finish. The game box insert is phenomenal. Has a little place for everything. All the stolen good tokens, and they're all screen printed wood. It's just top notch. Definitely worth every penny. Go pick it up. Staying in the Beards collection. If you found this episode entertaining or informative, please consider clicking that subscribe button and join us again. And thanks for watching.